Hey guys, Melissa here. Welcome to my channel, and in this video I want to show you how I made these simple spiral earrings with this little hammered dangly off the bottom, and the ear wire is all incorporated. So just stay tuned and I'll show you how. So let's get started. So the tools you're going to need are some flush cutters, chain nose pliers, round nose pliers, probably a dowel for your ear wire because we're going to incorporate the ear wire into the earring itself, and a steel block and a chasing hammer and a file or sharpening stone to make the little dangle that hangs off. So I'm taking the basic 3-bead spiral earring and adding a little dangle to it. And I'm going to use 22 gauge round wire. You can also use 20. So at first I'm going to make my danglies. I'm using 22 gauge round sterling silver wire. My beads, I didn't mention my beads. I have two 6mm beads. You can use anything you want. I have these K2, they're kind of cool looking. And then I have four 4mm sterling silver beads. And for my dangly, I'm gonna cut off two 3/4 inch pieces. These you're going to hammer out, make little paddles with them, try to get them as equal as possible. So on one end, I'm going to make a tiny loop so I can attach it to my earring. Just like that. I'm going to do that to both, just on the very tips of my round nose. Just a tiny loop. Grab my steel block, and I'm going to pound these out. And I'm going to start at the end. And I'm going to try to flare out the end of it here. It's going to want to curve on you. We'll straighten it out as we go. Mostly focusing on the end here. You want a nice taper. To straighten it, I flip it on its side and kind of tap it straight. Start working on this one too. Yeah, if you notice, I'm not like hammering straight down. I'm just kind of, I'm tapping and smoothing it out, like going in this type of motion. So they're nice and smooth. And it gives a nice flare. You can do them both at the same time. Amazing how these guys catch the light when they're dangling off the earring. So I just like to come through and soften up the edges a little bit. Round them off. That part's done. See, I think we're going to use about 4 inches for each earring. And we're going to make our ear wire first. So I'm going to try to do them together to keep them as even as possible. But I like a little angle at the end of my ear wire. So I'm going to take my flat nose pliers, put a little angle in them, grab my dowel, work your ear wires around your dowel until you get a nice shape. Since these are 22 gauge, I'm going to give them a little pound just so they don't misshapen. I'm going to tap them with a mallet to kind of harden them up a little bit. I'll put this down in the description too. I forgot to mention. And you also want to file the ends of your ear wires to make them soft. You don't want any sharp, jagged edges. Put them back on my dowel, and both of them at the same time. Put a little angle where I want my beads to start. And at this point, I want to feed on my beads. We'll work one at a time. Let's see. They'll still want to round this corner, so you just want to take your finger and stop it. So notice how my hook is facing away from me. I'm going to make a loop to accommodate my little dangle. I'm going to bring the wire in front, just like that. I'm going to swing it around half a turn, just like that, kind of lock that in. Okay, I'm going to stabilize with my pliers, and I'm going to start spiraling my wire around. Start curving around your wire at the top and start tightening it up and crimp it down. Kind of bring it to the front, and then you can adjust your spiral to curve the way you want it to. Feed your beads on the second one. Kind of use your finger as a stopper. All right, same thing. You got the front of the earring facing you. Gonna make your loop. Swing it around. But you're gonna go behind, not in front this time. And swing it half a turn and start spiraling this side around. I'm gonna start making my hook at the top. You can adjust your spiral afterwards. Go ahead and hook it at the top and kind of lock it in. Just some minor adjustments to get them to be a matching pair. Make sure the hooks didn't get all misshapen. Kind of make sure they hang the same. You might have to adjust your hooks a little bit to make sure they hang down the same. That's pretty good. And now all you have left to do is to attach your danglies. There we are. Just hook your danglies onto the loop just like that. And that's your finished product. So there you have it. These types of earrings were always a big hit at the shows. I don't know if it's these little dangles that really catch the light and shimmer. I hope you liked this video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.